what I would like to happen. Instead of wars, I think that we can resolve everything by just playing maybe just a game of pool. Call me crazy, but most wars are orchestrated. Most wars don't need to happen. If we could do maybe one game takes all, it would change everything. And it'd be that simple. Nobody would die. The land we wouldn't destroy. We wouldn't drop a bunch of bombs that really don't need to be dropped. And we could stop lying to people about why we go to war. So what we could do, we could have a pool tournament. We could do that, or we could play table tennis. We could play air hockey. We could play almost anything in the world besides going to war. And I'm walking in front of the shop, but that's okay, because sometimes you got to do that to get to the angle. See, I did that and then messed up because I messed up the shot and then I messed up this shot. See, I'm thinking about war and it's upsetting me. But it should upset you. Whenever we look at the population of the world, we've killed more people than people have actually survived to old age. So you have to wonder, what is going on? If you ever take a sociology class, they talk about population control and all that other stuff, and that definitely could be what's going on. But it could just also be anger, it could be hatred, it could be greed, it could be stupidity, it could be genocide, it could be 1,000 other different things. When we're killing millions of people every year, and that's how many people die every year in wars, you have to wonder what we're doing. But it's making people rich, isn't it? The people who sell the weapons, they're making a killing. Think about Ukraine right now. Absolutely, Russia's wrong. They are. They shouldn't have invaded Ukraine. But then again, why is the United States sending billions and billions and billions of dollars in weapons? How's that going to make it better? It's probably going to make it so Russia doesn't win the war, but we're still going to kill millions of people. And anybody who tells you that millions of people are not going to die in Ukraine and Russia, they're lying to you. Russia's already lost tens of thousands of soldiers. It all depends on who you talk to. They'll say 8,000 and then they'll say 80,000. But they did the same thing in the Middle East, with Iraq and wars in Afghanistan. They would say one thing, but the truth was something else. If you talk to the Department of Defense, they'll swear up and down no more than 11 or 12,000 people were killed in the war in Iraq and Afghanistan. But the truth is, it was millions of people. It had to be millions of people. You can't drop that many bombs without killing innocent people. You can't drop that many bombs without killing babies. You can't drop that many bombs without killing women, without killing the elderly, without killing disabled, without killing people who were not soldiers. We like to pretend that whenever we go to war, the only people who die are soldiers who volunteered to be there. Some soldiers die in wars, but I tell you what, a lot more women, children, elderly, and disabled people get killed compared to soldiers. And then you have to wonder, is it so right that we think it's okay that soldiers die in war? That whole belief that people volunteer to go to war, that's kind of a lie. Most people are lied to go to war. Most people don't want to go to war and kill people. That has to be one of the hardest things you would have to do, is kill somebody who's an absolute stranger, that you don't know whether or not they're guilty. Because they could be wearing another uniform and believe all the propaganda and lies told to them by the people above them. And that doesn't necessarily make them a good person or a bad person. What that makes them is naive. So you have to wonder why we're killing all these people. Why are we killing all these innocent people? Why are we killing all these soldiers? There are some people that join militaries that are gung-ho, that want to kill They have that killer instinct in them. But more often than not, most people who join the military don't think that way. Most people who join the military, it doesn't matter what military it is, it doesn't matter if it's Japan, China, Russia, the United States. Most people who join the military join because they believe they're going to defend their country. They join to get some job skills. They join to possibly get a college education. They don't join because they want to necessarily go overseas and kill people. That's a very small That's a very small part of the people who join the military. But the military will absolutely make you into that person. So you have to wonder, why are we going to war? Why are we killing all these people? When we could just play a game of pool. We could just take care of it diplomatically. We could do air hockey. We could do a game of cards. There's 1,000 ways that we can resolve problems without killing people. You know, people talk about the TV show Doctor Who, and why it's so great is that no one ever dies. No one has to die. In wars, more often than not, it's a choice. And more often than not, there's people who are behind the scenes that are the puppet masters who are pulling the strings of the puppets, and they don't know that the people who are the puppets don't know that they're being played. So, before you join, and before you think war is such a great thing, think about all the other options you have besides war.